How was the placement like?
So they had invited only public sectors. We had about 48 students.
First of all, I want to know what was your salary when you got your first job from campus?
The institute in the beginning of the course to sponsor me, but they told me I had to sign a 5-year bond. They told him your MBA background is useless for us. PL doesn't need marketing and other expertise. Only two companies did serious interviews was Hindustan Petroleum and ICICI. That was the most stupid job I ever did. But I learned quite a lot about how the government functions.
How was the placement like when you graduated?
As I told, we were given the option of only joining public sectors. So they had invited only public sectors. We had about 48 students. Couple of them came from a public sector, so they went back. Like one fellow came from HMT, went back. One fellow came from BEL. They told him your IMBA background is useless for us. PL doesn't need marketing and other expertise. So I got recruitment from the one of the public sectors. Some few others got into HPCL, IPCL. They were all public sectors. I did my project work in HPCL in the factory, so they included me also. But they selected the chap who eventually became Arun Balakrishnan. So we had people joining various public sectors, barring few people who couldn't get a job. So they joined the institute in some projects where they had some projects, so they became consultant there. Then they went and joined some academic institutions. Some fellows went abroad and did PhD and worked there. Some fellows continued here on their own. And somebody like me who went and joined a public sector, it was all campus recruitment. The people came, ICICI Bank came, like that.
They're
Various
still at
people
day
came.
zero, day one, or is that too far fetched in 1976?
No, nothing. When you are studying, suddenly the company will come and we are told this company has selected you people to be interviewed because of your academic background. So electronic company selected four of us. IPCL selected guys who had some background in engineering and they felt they can work in marketing. Only two companies did serious interviews was Hindustan Petroleum and ICICI. Even ICICI selected me. But by the time I had a job in this public sector, so the institute told me you can't go for a second interview. So I didn't land up in ICICI. Like that, lot of people had multiple offers also. But 90% of people got placed. In fact, I had a very unique experience of a company like HAL coming and the institute in the beginning of the course to sponsor me, but they told me I had to sign a 5-year bond to work for them after 2 years. They'll underwrite my expenses for the whole course. So I said, no, I will not sign a bond for 5 years. So they said, no, unless you sign a bond, we will not take you. But otherwise, a lot of other people, none of them had to sign. So this gentleman Radhakrishnan is one of the unique case where he came from ISRO background. He did this course. ISRO took him back with both hands. Recognizing his background, they put him in an area where he was doing a lot of work where they didn't have the expertise because all technical people. He had a technical background plus this managing background.
First of all, I want to know what was your salary when you got your first job from campus?
First job, I got a stipend of 1,000 rupees for 1 year as a trainee. Then regular job as an assistant manager. The salaries were around 1,500 rupees to 2,000 in that range after first year. That was the most stupid job I ever did. But I learned quite a lot about how the government functions. I interacted with some of the top government officials in the Department of Electronics, including people like MGK Menon, and there was one Patsardi who was a big man who controlled literally policy. I met people in BRC at the top level because of this particular job.